Well, hello, my beautiful YouTube humans. Last time we were with each other, I was in a funk, and I kind of have like 2% of that funk left. And I was reading the comments, and a lot of you guys were saying to have like a bed rot day, don't work, slow down. And as much as it's like fast over here and how much we need to get done, it is a very slow life. But what I haven't done, I was like, I don't really bed rot. That's not my thing. I was trying to think of what the equivalent would be, and for me, it's just a morning with the horses. So there's a lot of resetting that needs to happen, and yeah, I haven't had a slow steady morning with them in a second, so I hope you guys enjoy. Also, we're just going to clean up some random messes still because, you know, mama-in-law is coming into town. I am very excited to show you how much Gracie's obsessed with these things. I keep trying to have Mouse get into them, so I'm going to hang it front and center because after getting that feedback about the hay bags, I had no idea that they were ruining their gums. So I have just been free feeding them, or not free feeding, but like without a hay net. I'm going to get the safer ones. So until then, the salt lick's going to hang where the hay was because now the hay's just down in there. Piggy boy, doggy boys. Need to redo that. Do you want to see what this is? You want to look, my little curious man? If you'd like to try it. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Yes. See? Isn't that incredible? I told you, Gracie's been trying to show you. That makes me very happy. Is it delicious? Oh my God, why is that so cute? I love you. We gotta show him your face in a second when we groom, okay? Your little lack of forelock, but you make up in tail. No mane, all tail. So, I'm coming out. Pardon me, piggy boy. Ooh, just scratches. Let's do it. Go. Side of the barn is clean. Now we got to do the left. The thing with the left-hand side, another reason we noticed we have a rodent problem, not the fact that we see them everywhere, but I don't, trigger warning, that is all poop. So let's clean this side of the barn now. I so needed that time with the horses. The funk is still here, and that is because, if I'm being fully honest, the repercussions of my actions to be inconsistent with my career over the last 2 years is causing some like tenseness with myself now. You know, my goal for the year was to come back more consistently on YouTube, which I feel like I've been doing. But I feel like I've been letting kind of everything else fall to the wayside unintentionally, because I am obviously doing that, being more consistent on YouTube, working more over here. But it leads to like this weird imbalance, which I'm trying to figure out. But small steps, small baby steps. Speaking of small baby steps, that structure that I half demoed and then regretted, we're kind of revisiting that area because I partnered up with Tanzite today to do a stone deck, literally stone, like the product is so cool, I can't wait to show you. But we're actually going to visit that jacuzzi area finally and make it look like not a jacuzzi, make it look like a little hot tub oasis. And where we're starting is building a wraparound deck for that, to be able to then build off of that and make it almost like its own entertaining zone. And how we've been doing things over here, like making everything its own purposeful yet functional and beautiful moment. So let's dive into that. Sorry for ranting. From the Appalachian sample box, which you can actually get, you can order it and get 50% off using my code Rachel50. I'll remind you in a little bit. But we went with the ATG4. This matched all of the tones that we were going to bring in without it being so overwhelming. And also, if I were to show you, I hope I am dubbing some kind of video for you to see how the other wooden deck has faded so quickly already through the summer. This doesn't fade, it doesn't scratch, it doesn't burn, and it has this like grit to it, and this feels really nice to put around the jacuzzi. I want to take you through a couple of things. Now, we didn't get, fly, go away, fly. A couple of things. We did not get fascia boards because how we are going to be finishing this project, it would be kind of a waste to get them since we're going to be wrapping that bottom half. So we got the edge boards and we got the regular ones. And I just want to walk you through the pieces that are involved because it is such an easy DIY installation. You just have to have a previous deck frame or build your deck walkway. Honestly, this can be used for literally anything. And just so you guys know, no plastic, no composite. I'm going to just tap these together. So a little bit of a noise warning. Stone decks. Let's get into it. Once Erin and I received our sample box, we actually just took out the pieces around the jacuzzi and kind of lined them up next to the red rock to see which one would look the best. But like I said, not be overwhelming to the space since there's already a ton going on. Tanzite provides everything for their easy installation. I'm going to walk you through some of those pieces now, but you will see them in actual use in the project in just a moment. These are the clips that go in between the boards to hold them together. These are some spacers. This is called a starter clip. It holds your first board in place. This is going to go on your last board. It's called an edge clip. You're going to sand down the edges if you do have to cut them down. And then this is the deck tape that you put on top of the framing that has an adhesive on one side and then like a foam on the other side for the planks themselves to rest on. I'm just giving you guys a general layout of what we're about to install. So again, those clips go in between. The starter clip would be on the front edge board because you would start it there and then work your way backwards. It hooks into the tracks like that. And then that edge clip is going to be your finishing clip to hold everything in place. I feel like we have a good rundown on all the bits and pieces, so we're gonna move forward with the full project. If you guys, again, want to order your own Appalachian sample box from Tanzite, hit the link in my description box and use my code RachelMetz50. It will give you 50% off yours today. Cannot wait to show you this. I have been wanting to do this project since we removed the old jacuzzi with the bulldozer, rode it over into the middle of the desert, and got this new one. I don't know if you guys remember those episodes, but this has been a long time coming, so let's just dive right into it, shall we? Erin and I went and picked up some 2x6s and a couple of 4x4s to create the actual starting frame for this wraparound deck for the jacuzzi. Yes, this is very similar to the deck we have done previously. If you guys want to see that parallelogram, I believe it was like we did some kind of shifted shape deck, I will definitely card that episode for you. But for the jacuzzi itself, we're really just creating like a U shape so you can walk around the whole thing. And then the next phase of the project will be like adding the beauty, wrapping the jacuzzi, new top, all that shebang. But first, we got to start with the wraparound deck. We were trying to get this done before Aaron's mom got into town, and she actually came in the middle of the project, and it actually was way more fun to have her watch the progression of the project and really lovely to have her there. But we were trying to hurry. So the framing, again, very simple. We're just using these 2x6s that at some points we had to cut down to frame around the jacuzzi itself, and then going in with some 2x4s to support in between to have connection points for those deck boards. Once we were done with the framing, we went in with that deck tape, peeled off the adhesive side, and put that on top of any exposed wood of the frame that was going to make contact with those deck boards. A couple of things to note. Number one, the jacuzzi is not centered. So we had to build off of the frame on the right-hand side. That's why you see that like little spacer that we added. And we had to start the deck boards in the middle because the whole thing was just a little askew, and we didn't want to install it from the front and have those boards start to walk all wonky as we made our way to the back. So that's where you see me starting here, is to avoid that. The installation process is so easy. Using those clips, you do it one piece at a time, and you don't want to secure it all the way down. You want those clips to be a little loose, so that way you can slide each of the Tanzite into place, and then you add the other clips on the other side and tighten the ones you did previously to secure the boards as you go. From this point on, it's pretty repetitive. I'm gonna just sit back and let you enjoy the build process because it comes together so nicely, and it is so insane what a deck can do to any space. I mean, we built one to entertain on, and now we're building one to have, obviously around the jacuzzi, but it's creating all of these like intentional moments, which I'm a huge fan of. Total side note, but can we please take a moment for how rad Aaron's mom is? She drove all the way across country to come see all of her kids and stop by on her way out to stay with us. And I am just so honored to be her daughter-in-law. Also, shout out to my husband for getting this angle and view and perspective of the project, because it really lets you see how big it is. Tanzite provided a wet or dry blade to cut these pieces with, and you can cut these, before you install them, but because we had that slight walking problem, we just wanted to cut them all at once to make sure we can make the straightest line. I sanded down those cut down edges with the Tanzite sanding sponge that was provided, and that was it. Now, we aren't using fascia boards. You're going to have to wait for the next episode of this project series because we are going to be wrapping it and surrounding it with these rusty planters. So we didn't, again, want to waste material when you're not going to see it, but we'll go back in with a 2x6 to cap everything on the outside that is exposed with the raw edge of the Tanzite. I have no idea if this mic will pick me up by the camera, but this is in the works. So if working on yourself, coming out here after heartbreak, falling in love and having a husband, that would help you.